This is FXPassion broadcasting you live from sunny and cold today, cold Brazil, and this is day 5, right? Lesson 5. It's Friday, so, and one other thing, I put finally for homeworks questions I put down here. You have the Gmail contact, the Skype contact, or the LinkedIn contact. So if you want to connect, or you have questions, or for homeworks, everybody, you can send your questions and your homeworks to the Gmail contact. It's educationfxpassion@gmail.com. Skype, it's educationfxpassion. LinkedIn, it's ForexPassion. It's the LinkedIn contact. Hello Stoyan, how are you? Okay, so let's move on. This is the before of this, remember that 90% of traders lose money in the forex market worldwide, and there is disclaimer: don't trade with money you cannot afford to lose, and the webinars are not investment or trading advice. Webinars are for educational purposes only. And remember the 3 pillars in order to be a successful trader. In order to live from trading, right, to be professional, you need to have a strategy or a system. You need to learn risk management, but if you are struggling, the biggie one is the psychology part. Okay, hello Miguel. Never forget, everybody, that if you are still struggling after 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, whatever, you need to work on your psychology. We're talking about emotional intelligence, greed, fear, all this stuff. But this is for later, okay? We are going to talk about psychology. We are going to talk about psychology in the advanced or professional modules, more in depth. That being said, let's dive into the live markets, and we had the homework, right? And remember, I have a delay on the chat, okay? So when you put in the chat something, I need to wait for about 15 to 20 seconds to see what you have said. Homework: find market structure on AUD/CHF daily chart and Euro/Dollar daily chart. Okay, now today is Friday, right? So step by step, very slowly, what we have learned so far. Where is Euro/CAD, Euro/Dollar, maybe here. Okay, we have learned, everybody, that currency pairs. We have learned number 1, Euro/CAD. Okay, we have learned that currency pairs, this was lesson number 1. We have learned that currency pairs on the monthly chart, they move inside the 2 bands, right? Hello George, how are you? George FX, how are you? Hello. We have learned that the currency pairs are moving as a bias, as a general direction, are moving from, on the monthly chart, are moving from one band to the other, right? So we cover this. Then we have learned that the market can behave in 3 ways. We have 3 tradable behaviors: the downtrend, the sideways movement, and the uptrend. And we learned the terminology: what is the general overall trend. We talked about the long-term trend, and we talked about the short-term trend very briefly. Hello Mikhail, how are you? Then we learned about, highs and lows. That a high is a center candle with 2 candles on the left and 2 candles on the right with lower high values, and we learned that a low is a center candle with 2 candles on the left and 2 candles on the right with higher low values, right? We explained to you what is a high, what is a low, what is a open, what is a close, the difference between the bearish candle, the difference between the bullish candle. Mayfield, hello, how are you? How are you? And then we learned that the market moves in waves, right? And that we learned that the market in an uptrend is making higher highs, higher lows, and in a downtrend is making lower lows, lower highs. And we learned that in a sideways movement, sideways channel, the market is making equal, most likely equal highs and equal lows. This is what we learned so far. Okay, we learned what else? We learned that we have rules, right? We learned that in order to conform a trend, we need to see a minimum of 2 lows and 2 highs, relevant highs and lows. MJ, oh, hi MJ. How are you, MJ? Okay, and in an uptrend, the second high and the second low are going to be higher, higher high, higher low. And in a downtrend, the second high and the second low are going to be lower, lower low, lower high. Right? What else? This was yesterday. NZD-CAD, Euro-CAD. Okay, and yesterday, finally, we learned about the terminology, structural highs and lows, not trends highs and lows. We learned that every time frame, everybody, and every currency pair has its structure, and inside this structure that we have trends, right? When the market is moving from a low to a high, is going to make higher highs, higher lows, is going to trend up, right? And when the market is going to retrace, then it's going to reverse and it's going to make lower lows, lower highs. Victor, hi, how are you? My is regarding a high or low, is that the only way to detect a high or low? Is regarding I'm not sure I understand your question, Victor. You can use the fractal indicator, but the problem with the fractal indicator is that not all highs and lows are relevant. Okay, so as a beginner trader especially, you need to learn how to identify highs and lows. And we learned about the market wave, the extension and the retracements, and we learned about the concept that structural highs and lows are where we are talking about the overall general trend, or in other words, the technical market structure. Every time frame has its market structure and its trends. So the blue is the market structure low, market structure high, and the trend inside. And we learned that the relevant highs and lows market structure are the borderlines between extensions and retracements. All of this knowledge, all of this data, all of this information, okay, we learned until yesterday. Everybody, homework until Monday. Re-watch again those webinars, okay? Of course, if you have time, re-watch these webinars, okay? Now let's address the homework. Find market structure on AUD-CHF. Let's go first on AUD-CHF. AUD-CHF. There you go. Daily chart. Let's wait for the software to respond. Do you have a seminar to detect a high or a low way? No, sir, Victor. No, I don't. Maybe you want to talk about trends. We are not there yet. Okay. Let me finish the homework, Victor. I think I know what you are asking. Okay. Oh, you have a problem to detect a high or a low. Do you have a problem to detect a high or a low, or do you have a problem to detect the first high or the first low? Okay, let's talk about the homework, everybody. So, this is AUD-CHF daily chart. Now, when you want to find structure and trends and everything, number one, you need to zoom out of the chart. You need to compress the chart, right? So let's zoom out, let's zoom out, let's zoom out, let's zoom out. Okay, so You need to zoom out, everybody. If you are not zooming out, you cannot possibly see the market structure and the trends. Could you explain what is the time scale for the structure? The more we zoom in, the more complex it is. George, every time frame has its own market structure. Okay, the market structure on AUD CHF on the daily chart is going to be different than the market structure on the weekly and monthly chart. Oh, where is it? The module 1. Okay, maybe this one? Not this one, not this one. Open with, maybe this one. And everybody, Windows 7 is going out in 2020. No more Windows 7. Okay, George, take a screenshot of this picture. Okay, and this is, you can see the, yes, this is an old picture. This is why the quality is not the best. This picture is from 5 years ago, I believe. George, if you can see, the black line is the monthly market structure. So you have the A, the B, the C, and the D. Okay. Now, if you take a look to on the weekly chart, is the blue line. You are going to have different market structure. Okay. If you are going to look at the red, which is the daily chart, George, you are going to have a different market structure, and the 2-hour chart is, as an example, is the green line. You are going to have again different market structure again. Okay, but remember that the higher time frame controls the smaller time frame, and in the end all the smaller time frames are going to converge to on the monthly chart. Okay, in the end all the highs and lows and the trends are going to end in the same point. Okay, Victor, so to answer, not Victor, so George, to answer the question, every time frame has its own market structure. There is no scale. Okay, now let's go back to the charts. Homework, everybody. So we compress the chart. Do we agree that from here to here the market was in an uptrend, everybody? Do we agree that from this point, I'm going to make it red, from this point to this point the market was making higher highs, higher lows? The market was in an uptrend. Do we agree on that? And then the market, of course, broke the uptrend line. This is AUD-CHF daily chart. Do we agree on that? You can say yes, you can say no, you can say passion, you are wrong, or I don't believe you, or whatever. If I look at the 1 minute chart, do I zoom out fully over the whole available period? No easy answer, George. The answer would be you should zoom out. Hello, Michal. You should zoom out until you can see a clear picture. Okay, you need to see the clear picture. Okay, there is no one answer. Okay, because every currency pair and every time frame are different. But you should zoom out. Hello, Annie. How are you? And Michael said yes, Eddington says yes, Mike says yes. Those are the answer to the uptrend, right? Okay, so if we agree on this, where is, so we want to see this, so this was one, right? This was one part, this was one market structure. I believe this was the higher high. Okay, so we want to see, I'm going to double check which one is the higher high. We want to see what is on the right side. So let's make this one red. Okay, There you go, red, and we want to see, okay, we want to identify market structure in here on the right side. Okay, now in order to do that, everybody, I need to see which one is the highest high between those two. Okay, I'm going to delete, I'm going to zoom in, and let's see which one is the highest high between those two. Okay, there you go. Okay, so this is the highest high, right? So this is my first high. This is the structure high. Okay, this is the start of the structure, the start of the downtrend. Okay, now let's zoom out again. Okay, everybody, do you understand why I pick this high? Do you understand why I did pick this high instead of this high? Do you understand this? Because as a beginner trader you can easily say, oh, but this high is on the left side, is a part of the uptrend. This high is a structural high of the uptrend, which is true, which is the answer is yes. Do you understand why did I pick this high, not this one? Everybody, if you don't understand, please type in the chat, Passion, why did you pick up the blue quadrant instead of the orange quadrant? Okay, we have two highs. Why did I pick the first one? And I have delay on the chat, because that is the highest high. Yes, sir. This is one way to go. Also because this highest high is the starting point of the downtrend, right? So until here, this is one piece of information. We have a borderline, everybody. We have a borderline, and then, right, when the uptrend stops, the downtrend starts. Okay, watch this webinar again and again, everybody. Where and when the uptrend stops, the downtrend starts. Okay, but yes, MJ, you're correct, because this is the highest high. Okay, now we're going to delete this, delete, okay, and delete, and let's use the rules, right? So concept, structural highs and lows are where we are talking about the overall general trend, or in the other words, the technical market structure. The relevant highs and lows market structure are the borderlines between extensions and retracements. Okay, now we said yesterday, we learned that every trend starts with an extension first, right? And we learned that by rule extensions must be higher or bigger, if you want another word, than retracements, right? So this is the first leg, right? So this is the first extension. Let's color code in black, no problem. Okay, so this is the first high, and this is the first low, structural low, right? Passion, how do you know that this is the structural low? Well, we said that structural highs and lows, that the relevant highs and lows are the borderlines between extensions and retracements, okay? Those are the structural highs and lows, are the borderlines between extensions and retracements. Okay, now let's draw the retracement. So this is the retracement. Okay, let's color code this in orange. This is the retracement, and we have another structural high. Everybody, is my retracement correct, or did I miss something? What do you think? And I'm going to zoom in, right, for you to see. Is my retracement okay, or did I do something wrong? Take a close look, everybody. I'm going to zoom in. Is my retracement line okay, or am I missing something, or did I do anything wrong? What do you think, everybody? And I have a delay on the chat, so I'm going to wait for a few seconds. I have a 20-second delay on the chat, everybody. Okay, but please share. N says okay. Does anybody in here think that I did something wrong? Eddington says wrong. Okay, can you share, Eddington, what is wrong? Eddington says no, this retracement is wrong. It's not the correct retracement. Must go to the higher high after that high. And correct, everybody, we have another high in here, as you can see. And so you need to pay attention, everybody. MJ says there is another higher high on the right. Yes, sir. So when you are looking for structural highs and lows, which are the border lines between extensions and retracements, you need to pay attention, everybody. So this is the correct retracement, okay? It could appear higher, but it's not, because we checked the numbers. Okay, this second high is still a lower high, everybody. Okay, now we have the first high, we have the first low, now we have the second high. Remember, everybody, no, I'm not going to tell you now. Okay, let's make it here. Is my extension okay, everybody, or did I do anything wrong? Of course, we are talking about the market structure, AUD-CHF daily chart. Is my extension okay, or did I do anything wrong? This is the lower low, right? Because after this lower low, we have another lower high, right? Correct? Or did I do something wrong? And remember, everybody, I have a 15 seconds delay. Okay, so be patient. Your answers are going to come. Remember the rules, everybody. The extensions by the rule must be longer or bigger, if you want to use another word. And Miguel says, but this retracement will be longer than the extension. Correct. There is a lower high. Yes, correct. So by rule, everybody, by rule, the extension must be bigger or longer. So if this is the low, the next low must be a lower low. The next structural low by rule must be another lower low. So if this is the structural low, the next by rule must be a lower low, right? And Michael said no, wrong. Yes, sir. Okay. Now, tricky question. I have a low in here. Okay, tricky question, everybody. I have a low in here. Is this the structural low? This low that I'm showing you with the red arrow, it's a lower low if you compare with the low on the left. So, but the question is this the correct structural low? MJ said, oh no, I was wrong. The new lower low needs to be lower than the previous structure low. Yes. Okay, now, as a beginner trader, you need to learn and remember the rules, all of them. That's why we are keep repeating you, okay? rewatch these webinars again and again, 2-3 times. Eddington says no, it's not correct. Okay, why not? I mean, this extension is bigger than the retracement and this low is a lower low. Why is not correct, everybody? Eddington and MJ, I am your student right now. Teacher, but my extension is bigger and longer than the retracement. The violet line is bigger and longer than the orange line, and my low is lower than the previous low. Why is not correct? Teacher Eddington, Teacher MJ, Teacher Michal, I'm your student, I'm asking you why this low is not correct. Difficult question, right? You need to learn this stuff, everybody. Otherwise you're going to and don't worry, there is a learning curve. Okay, there is a learning curve to understand all of this. Okay, so what? What do you mean, so what? I'm asking you, why is this low not correct? Okay, now remember, everybody, this picture in here, this is the answer. Not here, where is the picture? Not in here. This one, where did I put it? Downtrend, uptrend, maybe here. Not in here. Oh, there you go. This is the picture. MJ says the lower low on the right is correct. George says no, then the next extension will be smaller than the next retracement. Correct. Next is lower. Yes, sir. The structure is lowest point between the two. The structure is the lowest point between the two lower highs. Low between the two lower highs. Everybody, this is the answer, okay? So, in some point in time, because when we trade and when we analyze the market, in some point in time, and we don't have the crystal ball, in some point in time this was the market structure low, but as all of you said, the correct market structure low is where? Is this one, everybody? What do you think? Is this one the correct market structure low? What do you think? Okay, remember, everybody, you need that structural highs and lows are the borderlines between extensions and retracements. So you need to check the trends, right? Until the market is in a downtrend, right? Is downtrending, then you are still in a downtrend. When the market shifts direction from the downtrend to the uptrend, right, then you are moving from the extension to the retracement, right? But you need to follow all the rules. It can be, yes sir, it can be. Okay, so we're going to take this as a structural low. Okay, why is that? Well, because in here the market shift trend, start making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And some of you are screaming right now, but passion, the market did higher lows and higher highs also here. And passion, the market did higher highs, higher lows also here. Right? Okay, but remember the rules. If you put your structure here, then your extension would be smaller than the retracement, everybody. Okay, so this is why the structure low is here. Okay, Eddington said, or you could say the structure low is the lowest low lower than the previous structure low, but before the next structure high. Yes, but you need to take all the rules in consideration, Eddington, that the extension must be higher or bigger than the retracement. George says yes. MJ, we can be in a down structure with an uptrend, right? Yes, sir. Correct, MJ, thanks. Okay, retracement are micro counter. Not yet, my friend, we are with the beginners. Okay, so I have another leg here. This is the retracement, and we have here, this is the extension, which is bigger or longer, right, than the previous retracement. Remember, you need to compare the previous, not the first with the third, but just the previous. And we have another retracement here, and let's color this in orange. No, orange we have already. What color can? Yellow. Okay, let's go with the yellow. So this is the correct market structure. Homework, everybody. This is the correct market structure by rules and by definitions. Okay, AUDCHF daily chart. This is the correct market structure. Okay, this one and this one and this one. Okay, now Victor, you said you have problems with identifying highs and lows. So what is the problem, to identify the first high and low, or you have in general problems, Victor? It's a general question, or you have difficulties to identify just the first high or the first low, which are the starting points of an uptrend, the starting point of a downtrend, maybe the starting point of a sideways movement or sideways channel. Okay, I'm going to wait for your answer, Victor, because I have a 15 seconds delay on the chat. In the meantime, we are going to move on Euro dollar daily chart. Euro USD daily chart. Okay, this is the chart. Number one, and we're going to talk about how to trade the market structure today. We are not going to talk about trading entirely. We are going just to address the stop loss, okay, because this is the base of everything. If you don't know where to put your stop loss, then you have zero chance, everybody, to succeed at this. Okay, zero chance if you don't know where and why to put the correct stop loss. Meaning you need to get out of the way of the wave. Okay, just an introduction to trading. If this is the way of the market, everybody, this is just an introduction. Okay, you need to put your, if this is the market wave on every time frame or every currency pair, you need to put your stop loss out of the market's wave. Otherwise, especially if you're a beginner, you have zero chance, everybody, to succeed at this long term. Maybe as a scalper, okay, because scalpers trade Japanese candlesticks. But if you are not a scalper, if you are a position trader, day trader, swing trader, news trader, you need to get out of the market wave with your stop loss. Otherwise, okay, I don't have a crystal ball, that's true. Otherwise, you are going to have difficult time. I'm not going to say zero chance, but you are going to have a difficult time succeeding at this game. Okay. Okay, so what should we do as beginners? Well, we should first compress the chart, George. I need to compress the chart until I can see a clear picture. Okay, and there is no one general answer. I need to see the clear picture about what is, this is the daily chart, right? Okay. I'm going to delete this and this and that and this and this. Okay. George, what is going to take a little bit of time, okay? There is a learning curve. but what we are trying to teach you is that spatially you want to clarify, when you're looking at charts, you want to clarify the market behavior. You want to see or a clear uptrend or a clear downtrend, or you want to see a clear sideways movement or sideways channel. Okay, George? Now, what I can see this picture, and for the time being I can see that the market was in some kind of sideways channel until here. Okay, so this is one piece of information. I can see that the market then was in an uptrend, right? And if I scroll back the chart, but there is no point in doing this, I can see that the market was here in an uptrend, and this is euro dollar daily chart. And then I can see that the market was in a downtrend, right? So this piece of information, the uptrend, doesn't help me. The second piece of information, the downtrend, is not helping me at all. So I'm going to delete this one, delete. The sideways movement, it's not helping me because we are not in a sideways channel anymore, George. So it's not helping me. So we were in a structural uptrend, everybody, right? And similarly to the AUDCHF, the market broke the uptrend line and the market is making lower lows, lower highs back again. Okay, everybody, do you understand how did I come to this place in here? This is what I'm going to analyze. Do you understand this, everybody? Even though rewatch please these webinars again and again. Okay, do you understand why only this chunk of data is relevant to me for my market structure? Do you understand this, everybody? This information, this price action on the left, it's not relevant to me anymore. This uptrend is not relevant to me anymore on the daily chart, of course. Just on the daily, everybody. I'm not talking about the weekly and the monthly. Those charts are telling a different story, but from the daily perspective, only the blue quadrant is relevant to me. Do you understand why, everybody? Annie, Eddington, MJ, George, Miguel, Victor, do you understand why the blue quadrant is the only piece of information that is relevant to me? I don't need to scroll back in 2012 and 2010 and 2008. I don't need to do this. Do you understand why? Okay, if you have questions, please type in the chat. Okay, so we're going to remove the yellow line, remove the quadrant, and let's go with the rules. Right? So the first high, which is going to be the highest high, is the absolute high. MJ says I do. Okay, great. So this is going to be the first high in here. Let's compress the chart. Okay, and now the game begins. Which one is the structural low, everybody? Remember, the relevant highs and lows are the border lines between extensions and retracements. Ali says yes, because here making lower low and higher low. Okay, yes sir. Mikal says yes. Can be uptrend if it goes up next, but we need to see more in the future until it goes higher than the high so far. Yes sir, correct. Okay, so I can start drawing my first extension until here, right? And then I can draw, this is the first low, and then I'm going to draw, oh, I almost forgot, I have here, where is short line? So this is going to be the blue, and we have, where is it? Decorations, no. Stroke, no. Transparency, great. Transparency, yes. So we can see the candles, right? So we have the first. We have the maybe put it 70%. 70, yes, okay, 70% transparency. So we have the extension, the retracement, and we have the next extension in here. Everybody, did I drew the correct extension? And let's color code this in orange. What do you think? Tricky question. Is my low the correct low, or should I draw another low? Should I connect another low? Tricky question. Remember that extensions must be bigger or higher than the retracements. And I'm going to give you a help. This high is maybe a problem. This high of the retracement is maybe a problem. I don't know, I didn't check the numbers. Okay. So which one is correct? Is this one correct, everybody? I'm going to color code this in black. Is this one correct? Or is this one correct? Starting from here. Which one is correct? The first arrow and the black line, or the second arrow and the black line? Is the first one correct, the first arrow, or the second arrow? Let's make a poll. Who thinks is the first one, or who thinks is the second one? Because if you don't know, everybody, you could be drawing market structure in the wrong way. And when it's time to trade, you would be putting a stop loss in the wrong place. Which one is correct, everybody? How we can find actual market trends? Analyzing the market, Ali, and trend lines. Okay. But you need to clarify, Ali, are you talking about the short-term trend? Are you talking about the long-term trend? Okay, you need to clarify what kind of trend are you looking for. There is another structural low on the left. Double top, says Mikal. Annie says the first one. MJ says the first higher is higher high on the right side. Okay, can't tell which is higher. Okay, MJ, you are correct, my friend. Let's see which high is higher. Okay, we're going to use this tool, the information tool. Come on. Okay, this high is at 1.185 and this high is at 1.181. So MJ, you are correct. You are correct, MJ. So because this is the higher high, everybody, this is the structural low. Okay, because this high, and again red color, because this high, everybody, is higher than this high, this makes this low a structural low, because we are following the rules that after the extension comes the retracement, and because extensions must be bigger or higher than the retracement. So the next extension is going to be this one, red, right? Next retracement is going to be this one, and color code. Okay, let's compress the chart, let's zoom out everybody. Okay, so we are here right now. Let me see, so this is the new structure high, this is the old structure high, this is the lower structure high, this is the lower structure low, lower structure high. But if the first is higher, then the first is the structure. Yes sir, George is also correct, although it is a minor structure high. Yes sir. Yes, I'm talking about longer trend because I will picture the trend from the longer time frame and I will trade in shorter time frame in the way of a trend. Is my idea right? Yes, yes Ali, your idea is correct. Yes sir. Yes sir. Okay, now we are going to zoom in. So okay, now you can do two things everybody. Okay, there is where it gets a little bit difficult because the market it's moving. Okay, the market is alive, so you can go or here and here and here and here if you want. Okay, this is one way to go, or you can go just here and here if you want. I would go with the second one everybody. Okay, I would go with the second one. So this is for me the new structural low, because until here, of course this is not the perfect example, but until here the market was falling down, right? Of course we have a minor uptrend falling with the downtrend. Okay, or there is a third way, you can still wait for a bigger fall if you want. Okay, but I would go with this one. This is my structure high and structure low. Okay. Now when we talk about trading everybody, this is structure. Okay, this market is not, when the market is going to, we don't know, I don't have the crystal ball, but when the market is going to start making higher highs, higher lows on the daily chart, this market is not in a structural high, in a structural uptrend until it breaks this structural high. Okay, it's just an example. Okay, don't just go long on euro dollar because you see the market moving, making higher highs, higher lows. Okay, because look in here everybody. Okay, in some point in time this was the market structure. Okay, here, and you could easily see the market here moving up, right? The market was making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. As a beginner trader, don't just buy this market because you are still in a structural downtrend, right? If you don't pay enough attention and you... Victor, on which minimum time frame do you recommend to do market structure for a scalping person? Eddington, this is for you, my friend. Victor, I'm not a scalper. I don't know, my friend, but Eddington is a scalper, or at least it was a scalper. So Eddington, what would be your suggestion for Victor? Which is the minimum time frame to do the market structure for a scalping person? And Ali is asking, why not consider November 18 low? Oh, I'm just showing just as an example, Ali, okay? Because many times people buy the market here thinking that we are in an uptrend, structural long-term uptrend, and they lose money. Okay? It's just an example. Okay, but you can take it, Ali. I said there is no right. You can do it like this and like this and like this and like that, okay? It's up to you, there is no right or wrong. This is, in the past, there is no doubt that this is market structure, but that last piece of information, it's quite subjective to the traders. Okay, you can do Italy like this and like this and like this and like this, but if you ask me, I would go like this, and there is no wrong or right, because it's too soon to see. Okay, so if I want to short, I should place a stop loss a little higher than the last high, correct? Stop loss. Okay, let's talk about trading and stop loss. Now, tell me a currency pair and a time frame, everybody. Possibly a 15-minute chart, 1-minute chart, 5-minute chart. Tell me a currency pair and a time frame. Okay, you need to understand as a beginner trader, everybody, that these rules apply on all time frames. Miguel, be quick, my friend. First comes, first is served. And remember, I have a 15-minute delay on the chat. So the first currency pair that comes into place, we're going to talk about where to put a structural stop loss. Okay. In Euro GBP. Okay, Euro GBP. Euro GBP. Okay, let's go on the daily. Okay. I would think an hour chart just to show to the beginner traders, because there are people saying, no, this cannot possibly be how the daily rules can apply to the 1 hour chart. And okay, where is the widget? There you go, disable. Okay, now let's talk about trading in an uptrend, everybody. When you identify structural highs and lows, or in a downtrend, everybody, when you identify structural highs and lows, and in a sideways channel, when you identify structural highs and lows, this is where your stop loss should go. Okay, if you are, because this is not for the beginners anymore, I think, but if you don't have enough money, everybody, a lot of times that, oh, I want to take a short stop, right? And you are going to put your stop loss inside the market structure, and you are going to put your stop loss in the market wave. 4 hour, euro dollar, any time frame you want. Okay, so lesson for today: as a beginner trader, we are not talking about trading yet. We didn't address the risk management, okay, but for today, just learn that stop loss should go out of the market wave. If this is the sideways channel, and if you are shorting the upside, or if you are going long on the downside, your stop loss should go out of the market structure. Let's write this down. Stop loss should go out of the market wave. Okay, out of the market structure. Why is that? Well, simply because if you put a stop loss inside, okay, stop loss should go out of the market wave, out of the market structure. Why is that? Well, because if you put a stop loss inside, let's color code this in red, inside the market wave or the market structure, you are increasing the chance of being stopping out by 80%. There is a statistic on the internet if you put your stop loss, it doesn't matter, scalper, day trader, swing trader, position trader, news trader, if you put your stop loss inside the market wave, in between the market wave, you are increasing the chance of being stopped out by 80%. Okay? Rewatch these webinars again and again and again. This is why knowing market structure is important. Okay, we have 2 more minutes. Euro GBP daily chart. What are we in an uptrend, downtrend, or sideways movement? Just quickly. And where the stop loss should go. Come on. There you go. Okay. So very quickly, we are locked in this sideways channel so far, everybody. Clone, and there you go. So if you are trading, even better would be this one. Okay, even better. So if you are going to trade Euro GBP daily chart, at least for now we are locked, right? We are locked, most likely. Okay, we don't have the crystal ball, but we are locked inside this sideways channel, if you ask me, of course. Okay, so the stop loss, if you are going to short the market, on the next trend line break, if you're going to short the market on the next trend line break, put your stop loss 15 pips. It will be 150 pipettes, everybody, above the line, the structure, right? So if we are sideways and this is structure, if you're going to short the market after this trend line break, put your stop loss 15 pips or 150 pipettes, everybody, above this market structure. We have the same highs and the same lows. Okay, everybody, our time is up. Have a nice weekend. I'm not going to say stay strong and trade with passion because we have Saturday and Sunday, but homework, rewatch these webinars. Okay, rewatch these webinars again and again. Okay, of course, if you can, if you have time. Okay, don't stare at the charts 24 hours a day. You need to live your life, everybody. Until Monday, you have my email right now, everybody. So if you have questions, send questions to my Gmail or connect to me with Skype or LinkedIn. Until Monday, stay relaxed. Stay relaxed and see you on Monday. Happy weekend, everybody. This is FXPassion signing off.